I want to talk about visualization and how it relates to forming good habits and how this might relate to food cravings, how this might relate to exercise, how it might relate to getting involved in a fitness routine, and how it can make you reach your end goal. Now, there's several things up here I want to talk about visualization, visualization, and how it relates to each of those. First, I want to talk about it and how it relates to positive reinforcement. There is a ton of scientific research that goes into how believing in yourself and having that positive reinforcement, positive mental attitudes can lead to positive results. So you need to make sure that you have that and that you have the belief that you don't create negative self-fulfilling prophecies, but that you create positive ones. And having a positive environment, a positive belief, and visualizing the positive actions and positive outcomes is going to do a lot for making sure that you reach your goals. If you think that this is something that's not routine for successful people, you're wrong. It's very routine that successful people visualize. When you start talking to athletes, you'll find out that they picture themselves winning in their head. They picture the goal being scored. They picture the outcome that they want. They picture from the time they're little. Every athlete has probably, whatever sport they're in, pictured themselves in front of millions of fans hitting the game-winning home run or hitting the game-winning basketball shot at the end of the finals or whatever it may be in order to win the championship. They've been doing that since they were a child, acting it out as a child, playing the game at home. And that's a part of the visualization, but they also do it in their head. There's been scientific studies that show that doing visualization of your goals actually has as big an impact, if not more of an impact, than actually performing the exercise, the physical act of the exercise or routine that you're doing. So there's a lot of importance in visualization in order to make sure that you have the positive reinforcement. Arnold Schwarzenegger, when you get into bodybuilding, he used to talk about picturing his biceps as mountain peaks and different things like that, and the visualization that he went through. Bodybuilders really want to connect the mind-muscle part, and visualization is a big part of that. So, using that as a positive reinforcement is very beneficial. Being able to look at the outcome that you want to have. It's also very motivating because if you can get used to visualizing the outcome and you can get used to seeing yourself successful, then it's going to make you more motivated to move toward those goals. Now, the thing with visualization is you don't just want to see the end goal. You want to actually have some of these steps along the way and see yourself going through all of those steps in order to make sure that you hit the end goal, so that the visualization isn't a hope but a planned experience of how you're moving from point A to point B. That's how you're going to be the most successful. The last two things I want to talk about on here, one is meditation. If you get involved in meditation, it's going to make it a lot easier for you to be able to visualize these things. It's going to give you a set point during the day where you can visualize your goals, your new habits that you're trying to form, and the routines that you're trying to put in place. And it's going to make it easier for you to visualize when you're actually going through the process. So if you ever need to stop and picture things while you're going through it, meditation will help you do that. The last is goal setting. And I'm not going to get into a lot about goal setting because I've covered a lot of videos in that. But goal setting goes back to some of the motivation and the reinforcement that we were talking about, having those set goals in place and seeing yourself at the end and being able to visualize that. If you can do those things, if you can get that picture in your head of exactly what you want to accomplish and have those set points set up of how you're going to get there, and you can continually to see yourself be successful in putting in new habits and avoiding cravings and exercising in your strength training, whatever it might be. If you can visualize yourself at the end goal, getting the results you want, it's really going to help. It's going to do so much for progressing you to that goal that it's a very important part and something you definitely need to be doing if you're not currently visualizing. You can see people will put up pictures of people they aspire to be, people that they look at as heroes. That's a part of visualization. It's just more impactful if you can do that on your own and picture yourself in that aspect and in that outcome as opposed to other people. So visualization is a great tool to use, something you need to have in your toolbox. If you have any questions about it, you need any help, please reach out. I'll help you any way that I can.